everybody, today we're going to be doing another video and I would like to show you guys Kozuki Oden's swords. So we're going to talk a little bit about the background of these swords. So if you're not caught up to the Wano Kuni arc of One Piece, make sure you skip out. We will be including just the swords at the end of this video, so if you want to skip to that, we'll include the time code so you can just see the swords if you want to and not really know the background of anything. Also, if you are not at chapter 1053 of the manga, there will be some spoilers for that as well, so watch out for that. So these are Kozuki Oden's swords. Right here we have Ame no Habakiri, and right here we have Enma. And both of these swords are part of the 21 great swords, or the Meito swords. So Meito Ame no Habakiri and Meito Enma. And both of these swords were created by two of the greatest swordsmiths in Wano Kuni. So they are very, very, very powerful swords in the anime. So let's talk about Ame no Habakiri first. So again, this will contain spoilers for the Wano Kuni arc, as well as spoilers for chapter 1053 of the manga. So Ame no Habakiri was created by Kozuki Sukiyaki, which we all know is Kozuki Oden's dad. The sword obviously originally belonged to Kozuki Oden. It is one of the strongest swords that exist, along with Enma, just because these are the only two swords that have ever been able to harm Kaido's skin in his dragon form. So these two swords were the ones that left the permanent scar, which is a testament to how strong they actually are. So again, both these swords belong to Kozuki Oden. After Oden's death, these swords were taken and kept safe so that they could be passed on to Oden's children. So Ame no Habakiri specifically was passed down to Momonosuke, and if you watch the anime, you know that Momonosuke does not accept Ame no Habakiri because he feels as though he's not strong enough and he's not ready to live up to his father's legacy, so he doesn't feel right taking the katana. So as of right now, Ame no Habakiri technically belongs to Momonosuke, but it really kind of belongs to nobody right now because nobody's really using it. So that's why I call it Kozuki Oden's sword anyways. So the cool thing about both these swords is that there's actually a lot of history and thought put behind their names. So let's talk about Ame no Habakiri first. Ame no Habakiri literally translates to feathery cutter of heaven or snake slayer. And it's actually based off of a real sword. It's one of the Totsuka no Tsurugi. Totsuka no Tsurugi is not a specific sword, but actually a class of swords when talking about Japanese mythology, and it actually is enshrined at the Inotsukami Shrine. That is probably wrong. Let me double check. Okay, so it is enshrined at the Isa no Kami Shrine, so I was very wrong. I got my numbers all jumbled up, but Isa no Kami Shrine. So that's where the Ame no Habakiri is enshrined. Unfortunately, if you want to go to Isa no Kami Shrine and be like, hey, show me Ame no Habakiri, unfortunately you can't do that because it is considered a holy sword. The priests there don't allow you to view it, or really anybody to view it, but it is there. So in Japanese mythology, Ame no Habakiri was actually used by Susanoo, and Susanoo used Ame no Habakiri to kill, wait for it, Yamata no Orochi. And I'm sure all you One Piece fans, all you Wano Kuni watchers, you all know who Orochi is, which is very, very interesting. And Yamata no Orochi actually translates to 8-branched serpent, which is exactly what Orochi's devil fruit is in the anime. So it's a sword with the name has a lot of thought behind it. And I appreciate Oda for putting in that much thought behind it. I love that. So let's talk about Enma now. So Enma is a very cool sword. It was created by Shimotsuki Kozaburo. So he created the sword, and it is a very, very powerful sword. So no samurai has been able to master Enma except for Oden. The reason for that is because Enma actually takes the user's haki, their armament and haki, they take that away, making it almost impossible for anybody, any regular samurai to use it because of how powerful it is. So obviously, same thing with Ame no Habakiri. After Oden's death, Enma was taken and kept safe for Oden's children, who Enma was passed on to Hyori. So, but obviously Hyori doesn't have Enma. Zoro has Enma. So let's talk a little bit about how Zoro got Enma. So we all know how Zoro got Shusui. He got Shusui from Ryuma at Thriller Bark. So when he gets to Wano Kuni, Shusui is a national treasure there, right? So Hyori sees Shusui, begs Zoro to leave Shusui for Wano Kuni and offers Enma in its place. And Zoro accepts and he uses Enma, and it's a sword that, again, not a lot of samurais can use. So the moment that Zoro uses it, everybody's really, really impressed because it really could kill any samurai. So let's talk about the name Enma. So Enma is actually the king of hell in Japanese Buddhism. Enma is a name that's used all across East Asia as the king of hell. It can also be traced back to the Vedic god of death, and I guess the king of hell, Yama. So there's a lot of rich history behind that, and as we know, a lot of Zoro's moves are based off of different kind of stuff in Buddhism. So it's very interesting that he ends up with Enma. And it's said that Kozaburo actually named his masterpiece. This is his greatest masterpiece after the King of Hell because of how dangerous it is. And the reason that these two swords are really cool, and it's really cool that Oden used them, is because of the kind of opposition that they have. They're kind of sister swords. So the Ame no Habakiri obviously is the heavenly cutter, so it goes a lot with like that white heavenly motifs, whereas Enma is the King of Hell. So it's really cool how they did that. They say that Enma can slice through heaven, and sorry, other way around. They say that Ame no Habakiri can slice through heaven, and Enma can slice through the depths of hell. And that's why Ame no Habakiri and Enma are very, very cool swords. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is it for this video. If you guys like this video, make sure to like it, leave a comment, let us know what you think. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on post notifications so you get notified anytime that we post. If you guys like our content and want to see more of it, feel free to follow us on social media. Any social media that you guys have, we also have. And make sure to check out our website, fireandsteel.ca.